Good morning. Welcome to another day in my life. Welcome to Now TV. I decided it's a little bit cheaper to show pictures this way than it is to scan them all in and load them all up, because I don't own a scanner at the moment. It's also a source of protection for myself, being that I'm in the same town as my ex. It also might help the girl he's with. I'm going to show my wedding photos. Now, a lot of people when they get divorced destroy this stuff, but I kept it for self-defense. Don't laugh. I was fairly punk back then. I was fairly pregnant too. So I'm trying to start with I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with the kiss. And I want to see if anybody can notice. But it looks pretty damn obvious to me. It might be hard showing the pictures this way on camera. I will, in the end, upload them all after I go get a scanner. So long as I can still get enough work to finance what I need while I wait for, some kind of movie thing to work itself out. Anyways, oops, that's the wrong one. Hang on a second. How did that get out of here? Oh, got it. Now, can we see this? Does this look like a yes to you? Do you see how I'm pushing his head away from me? Forcing me into his life. Speak thou, forever hold your peace. She was my witness. She's now divorced his brother, even though the other one isn't abusive. Speak thou, forever hold your peace. Well, that is a moment where everybody just, forever held their peace. It was horrible. He was pushing himself into me, and I was forcing his head away from me. I was not happy. It was not good. But I stayed with him for 10 years. I lost 10 years of my life. 2 before. I was pregnant in this, but didn't know I was, because I got so big, I had no idea that it was a baby that would make me big, because I have hormone problems. I have fertility problems. So I didn't think that the 1 month of fertility drugs that I took was going to result in a baby a few months later without menstruating, and it did. So I had no clue. This is the other kiss. Makes you think of Days of Our Lives, doesn't it? Soap opera. I had control, my freedom, what freedom I had, by controlling where I put my hands on his head to stop him from forcing himself into me. I'll scan them up later, but I was scared. I was little. I was young. I was 19 when I met him. I'd already been abused a lot beforehand, so abuse attracts abuse, like attracts like. And of course, we always think we can change them, right? So we spend years trying. I lost 10 years of my life. Then I got divorced, tried going straight into university, and then started my episode, which led to BC. And when my rebirth, whatever, I took all my piercings out. I cut my hair off and I got it short. And anyways, I ended up going to BC because I wanted to go to University of British Columbia, UBC. And when that didn't work out properly because of their rules in first-year university students transferring over on holiday breaks, I lost all the credit that I was working towards for my classes. Now I owed money for my student loan, for Canada student loan. But I met a guy, fell in love. Spent 3 days with him, had a great time, thought I was going to be his girlfriend, thought he was going to be my boyfriend, thought my life was going to be wonderful. Today I should be celebrating six years with him. 6 anniversaries. 6 wonderful years. Now, I'd be a happy person today had that gone the way it should have. But apparently his family is just as dysfunctional as mine, only I'm stronger. I know how to stand on my own 2 feet, and I know how to survive, and I know how to do what I gotta do. If things had worked out and he had known to come just to be with me after he had a fight with his parents or whatever happened, I don't know. I wasn't there. He never told me. Today, I wouldn't have any debt, so I'd own a house, I'd have a truck and cars and stuff, and I'd still be in BC, and I'd have the kids I should have, rather than what has transpired. Not much I can do about that, except sort of live with it. His mom was rude to me once on the phone. Well, she's rude to me every time I phone. She's just rude to people, period. Go on with your life. Because she has no feeling, no regard for understanding what it feels like to be head over heels in love with somebody, where your heart and your soul and your mind and your body is aching. And then you're in pain and you're crying every day. Sometimes for hours. Because of how much you're hurting for the love that you need from the person you fell in love with. And you're trying to figure out how come they can stay away from you. What is it that's going on inside of them that gives them the strength to stay away from you if they're loving you too? Why would they put themselves through that kind of pain and heartbreak? I don't know. Staying devoted, honor thy mother and thy father. Well, this is going a little bit too far. Might as well move back in with mommy and daddy, because you don't know how to live, or come be with the girl that would have shown you how to finish becoming a man, finish growing up. So 2 strikes. This guy thinks, okay, she's still my wife. But I fell in love with somebody else, who I would have married at some point, when I was ready, when I was old enough, being that I had just gotten divorced, when I had met him. I'd been single for a while, but I had been just recently divorced. You don't, meet somebody, spend 3 days with them, and then the day after you meet them, go ahead and marry them. Only if you want a brief relationship, go ahead. Let's go to Vegas, let's elope, let's have a good time, and then get divorced and go back to being single. Great, that circumstance I get, but you don't marry somebody after having a rotten relationship that you lose 10 years of your life with right after falling in love with them. It just doesn't work that way. You have to have a committed relationship. You have to have a bond. You have to have the time that says, yes, I can hold down a job. Yes, I can bring in an income. Yes, I can do certain things to show that I am able to have this relationship with you, would land a committed sort of situation that would, put an engagement ring on my finger at some point. I want to be proposed to. I have never been properly proposed to. The proposal that happened with this marriage was me trying to get out of the relationship. I was trying to do what you call reverse psychology, but he was so good mentally with me, challenging me. He knew how to play on words. He knew how to turn the tables around because he was almost 5 years older than me. To get around that. So I got stuck. I was in front of a bunch of people. We were at this, punk bar, Sneaky D's or something, and I was stunned. I was stuck on the spot in front of all our friends. So what was I supposed to do? But I haven't been kneeled down to. I bought my own ring from a pawn shop. Was it the day before he married me? My money. Does that seem married to you? You know what I mean? What is that? I melted my own jewelry. My own gold. My own jewelry that I wore to make his wedding band. But after we're divorced, I took off all my body jewelry and I put it in a little container. And I buried it in the ground. Sort of like to renew myself, to be reborn. And man, did that ever happen. I found God. I found my Bible. I found my place. I found that within that divorce, I realized, hey, I could be a pretty good minister if I wanted to be. Not that I want to be, but I just realized I understand what I'm reading. When I'm reading the scripture, I get what God was saying. I understand the 10 Commandments. I'll have to start a new one. I'll be right back.